My name is Jacob Bullock. I go to CSU. I'm doing an argumentative essay in why education should not allow AI in it. These are my friends, Landon, Mary, and Jared's holding the camera. This is my sheet. I had to write it out instead of printing it off because I didn't have a printer. But I'm gonna go ahead and start. So have you ever thought about AI's integration into education and what it could mean? Because a lot of people don't know what AI is, and AI is essentially what humans created and what you'll see portrayed as by like robots in movies. Like if you've ever seen 1984, they explain a lot of like robotic features that AI could present. But now we're starting to learn that AI is not just that, and AI could be and is a very powerful tool that could be used for education, but could also make everybody lazy and could do their reports and essays and all that for them, so you wouldn't need human input on these assignments. AI hinders genuine learning. You do not learn through AI as well as people say you are. There's a lot of cases where people are just uploading their assignments from ChatGPT and other things and still getting grades because it sounds like a human wrote them, because AI is just taking on the information that humans have already uploaded onto the internet. So it's still human writing, so it doesn't get flagged for like copyright or anything like that, but it does hinder your actual students' learning. AI can only handle analyzing data. It can't understand emotion. This prevents students from learning critical thinking skills and problem solving skills. Also, teachers not being in the classroom, they can't develop relationships with students to make sure that the student is going home and learning, is understanding the student's cultural backgrounds, and is understanding the student's personal struggles. AI can't do that. So by using AI in the classroom, you are taking away from the teacher-student connection. And I think we've learned in the past few years that human interaction is very vital to who we are as a society. And furthering that out of education would be almost catastrophic to the human race. And that is from 2019, The Impact of AI on Learning by EdTech by Daniel Pacheco. And I researched that on April 20th of 2023. So to combat that, we could take a personalized approach to education by developing connections with our students and creating learning environments that would be optimized for learning and critical thinking skills and foundation blocks of those kind. You create a comfortable learning environment, and then the student actually wants to come to school. Them wanting to come to school will create a positive atmosphere, at least in their head, even if they have to go home and go to a bad neighborhood or something like that. Once they're in the classroom, they're learning and they're getting material and they're critically thinking. This will help propel us into the future. And then the benefits of personalized learning is students get to talk to their classmates and get to bring on other humans to learn what has already been learned by others instead of relying on an outside force. Then this is the Pros and Cons in AI by eSchool by Rodriguez, written in 2019, and I researched this on April 20th of 2023. If we integrated AI into education, that may also be a step, but allowing AI in education is very scary for the reasons I've already stated. So we would have to outlaw it first and then slowly integrate it. This also, putting AI in education would force students to learn in a way that is not suited to their unique needs, because there are a lot of students that don't learn the same way that an AI could teach them. We've seen this through online learning and online schooling, that not necessarily every time you take an online class you are going to enjoy it, and human interaction has actually made people want to go in person more often. There's a contrast between personalized learning and AI learning that is very strong, and the AI through a computer, you just don't get the same thing you would get if you had a teacher that knew a bunch on the subject, and AI can only do so much for you. This was written by AI in Education, Kay Sample, in 2020 by eLearning Industry, and I researched that on April 19th, 2023. So there are varying amount of limitations for AI right now, but in the future, the limitations will start to decrease and it'll become a more powerful tool. It'll only get exponentially more prominent. So you need to stop it at its root and not let it in, because if you let it in, then students will be able to manipulate it in their own way. And that is just not good for the future of mankind. Personalized learning is widely underappreciated in the education field, but its underappreciation doesn't mean that we should just forget about it altogether, and that we should allow AI and essentially a robot to teach our students and to teach our children, considering the robot only knows what we know, and humans are the foundation of human learning, and human interaction is very important. To implement this in the schools, we would have to put a larger focus on teachers. We would have to support teachers by giving them more training, better curriculums. We would have to build better learning facilities for teachers, and we would have to create a curriculum that values creativity and critical thinking over memorization and repetition. The benefits of personal learning far outweigh the benefits of AI in learning. So I believe, and I think we should all agree, that AI should not be in education due to the reasons that I've stated. And I got that from Pros and Cons of AI in 2021, written by T. Gura at Top Hat. And I researched that on April 19th, 2023. And that is my presentation. Thank you.